Barnes questioning her mental health and Norman scolding, so she gets anxious and leaves the room. When Norman comes back, he hears her crying and tries to comfort her as he concludes they both were inside the sphere just like Harry. Speaking of Harry, he wakes up and demands an explanation. Norman explains the sphere has given them the power to manifest their thoughts into reality, and the same must have happened to the original crew, who probably killed each other in their paranoia. At that moment, the computer announces the explosives outside the habitat have been activated, so they have 13 minutes to evacuate. Beth explains that those explosives were originally brought to blow up the coral, but she set them up as a defense against the creatures. At first she thinks a new manifestation activated it, but then she realizes her own thoughts did it because she had been considering self-deleting again. To make matters worse, Harry points out that the explosive will disintegrate everything because the spacecraft has liquid hydrogen. The team immediately rushes to the mini-sub, but once inside, they can't turn it on. Suddenly they're transported into the spacecraft, so the group starts searching for an exit but only manages to run in circles. Eventually they end up in front of the sphere, and Norman's reflection tells him to push the button. Realizing what's happening, Norman tells his friends to let go of their thoughts, and the group instantly appears in the mini-sub again. Norman pushes the button and the mini-sub finally starts moving towards the surface, getting away just in time to avoid the explosion that completely destroys the habitat. Once the mini-sub reaches the surface, the group goes through decompression and finds a private spot to talk. They can't tell the Navy the truth because they won't believe them, and the sphere was probably destroyed by the explosion. Beth points out they still have the power, but she's afraid of manifesting dangerous things or the power falling into the wrong hands. When Norman says it already is in the wrong hands, Harry gets an idea. They should use the power to make them forget everything they discovered. This would explain how the incident on the ship's log is marked as unknown. The trio holds hands and thinks about forgetting everything related to the mission and their power. At that moment the sphere comes out of the ocean and flies into the sky at great speed, returning to outer space. When the scientists open their eyes, they don't understand why they're holding hands. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this.